This is NSAA 2021, Section 1, Question 13. So we're told that y equals sine 60 minus 1 over cos 60, and we have to find the value of y cubed. So what we're going to be looking for in this question is if we can work out what sine 60 and what cos 60 are. So let's see if we can break that down. So let's start with sine 60. How do we work out what sine of an angle is? Well, we find the opposite length over the hypotenuse length. And for cos, we're going to do the adjacent over the hypotenuse. But how can we work out what these actually are for our angles of 60 degrees? Well, we can use the handy trig triangle. So I've drawn it up here. What it looks like is an equilateral triangle. So every angle is 60 degrees and all the side lengths are length 2. We can split this in two, so we have an angle of 30 degrees up here and side lengths 1 at the bottom for each of these. We can then work out the length of our middle length here by using Pythagoras. So we know a squared plus b squared must equal c squared. C squared this time is going to be 2 squared, which is 4, and 4 take over 1 is 3. So this must be root 3 in the middle here. And we can use this now to work out what our values are going to be. So the sine of 60 is the opposite of the hypotenuse. So if we find our angle 60, we have the opposite, which is root 3 over our hypotenuse, which is 2. It's going to be root 3 over 2. And for our cos, we have the adjacent over the hypotenuse, so we're going to have 1 over 2. So those are our two values that we have. And now we can substitute them into the equation. So y is going to be root 3 over 2 minus a half. And if we're dividing something by a half, that's the same as timesing it by 2. So it's actually going to be 2 times root 3 over 2 minus 1, and we can simplify that down to just root 3 minus 2. So if we bring that over here, we can now work out what y cubed is. So we're just going to cube all of this. So essentially times it by itself twice. So we start just by timesing our first two brackets together here. I'm going to times this root 3 value by both of these. So we're going to get 3, which is root 3 times root 3. Minus 2 root 3. And if we do the same for our minus 2 value, timesing it by both of these numbers, we're going to get minus 2 root 3 plus 4. And we need to remember that we're timesing it by our other bracket here too. We can simplify this bracket down by combining our two unit values, so 3 plus 4, and combining these values too, so that's going to be 7 minus 4 root 3 times root 3 minus 2. And if we do the same thing again, timesing these two brackets together, we're going to get 7 root 3 minus 14, and if we times those, we're going to get minus 12 plus 8 root 3. And then all we have to do is combine our values at the end again. So combining our 7 root 3 plus 8 root 3 is going to be 15 root 3, and then minus 14 minus 12 is going to be minus 26. So that's our final answer, which corresponds to answer F.